I was hallucinating. I started seeing words coming off of the books and going in the air. I was literally going insane. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is taikabyrd, so be serious and subscribe, period. So as you can see by the title, today we are discussing and talking about why I dropped out of nursing school. So story time, why I left nursing school. Alright, so first we need to discuss, or we need to talk about why I even went into nursing. I reached a nursing school of all of the schools them, right? So let's start from the beginning. So after high school, in graduation time, and so I come around, people I say, oh, they're going to go to UA, they're applying to some colleges, applying to some scholarships, they're going overseas, they're going to do law, they're going to do business, they're going to do medicine. Like, I did not know what I'm going to do. I was lost because I say, oh, my parents go afford it, because at the time I didn't know about student loan, so I didn't know that that was an option at the time. So I was like, I don't know, let's delay being an adult and do upper six, because I saw people doing upper six and get capes, so it's a higher level than CXC here in Jamaica. So I'm like, okay, let's do cape. So I went to cape school, well, not cape school, upper six, you know, and I only went to upper six, I believe it's either 1 or 2 weeks that I spent there. I'm like, yeah, that's it. My parents didn't have the money to continue to send me, they couldn't pay for the subjects, all these manners of stuff. And I was trying to find out, what can I do? Like, what field can I go in without having CAPE subjects? So I did my research and I landed on nursing. Nursing did not need CAPE subjects. They only did like 3 science subjects at CXC and maths and English, and he's a star. So I had all of those sets. I'm like, okay, nursing makes sense. You know, nursing would make a lot of sense because I don't need CAPE. But how am I going to pay for nursing school? I did not know. But after I left upper six, I went directly into working. I started working at 17. And they paid me under the table because I wasn't really 18 as yet. So make sure somebody get my NIS, my TRA, and all the things them. Make sure say I can collect my paycheck. So I've been working from a all time. So while working, I learned about student loan. So I started to do some research, and I'm like, game plan. I am going to do student loan for the first year, and then I'm going to pay using the money I work for the following years, and I will be okay. I think that's feasible because, as I'm going to say, parents can't really afford it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to make the way for myself. And so I did. So September morning come out, and of course, I got accepted because, as I'm saying, is a star and I finished show. So after the acceptance and everything, it's time to start. And time to start, like, you know, student loan situation come through, the student loan money clear. I said, all right, I can start nursing school first year, and life was amazing. Life was great. Never too bad. I didn't really despise it in the first semester. So in the first year of nursing school, I was doing okay. I wasn't failing anything. I think I was doing like A's and B's. I wasn't failing. I had a little clique at school, big up my clique. And we would study together and stuff, so we would pass the exam. So I didn't feel anything. So it never too bad in the beginning, right? But remember, I had to keep working because even though the money isn't really paying the school fee, we need money to go to school, we need money to be a female, you know. So I have look money into my name, and I'm gonna say, but remember, school is full-time. And nursing is very demanding because you have to do actual physical stuff, physical assessments and stuff like that. So, you know, it took up a lot of energy. And then after school, I had to go to work. And at the time where I was working Conduent, big up Conduent, because I was working full-time for a year first before I started nursing school, and I gave them my schedule and they worked with me. They literally said, you know, that's okay, we're gonna work around your schedule. You can come around this time, leave at this time. So okay, fine, now lose my work. We can still leave school and come here, and it's alright. Feasible, can do the thing. Then everything started crashing, literally. I would leave school about, I think, 3 thereabout, and I would start work at least 4 or 5 and finish work like 10, 11 at the night. Then remember, some of the past people them exam also, cause me is never a dunce, and me never did go purpose to fail anything, right? Because I'm working. So I would come home, shower, and I would stay up and study from around 11 to 4 a.m. Go sleep, wake up back to 8 o'clock, and that would be my routine. So over time, as you suspect, the body started depreciating. I was literally going insane. Like, I was losing my mind. I was hallucinating. I started seeing words coming off of the books and going in the air. I mean, I said, no, man, this is not right. As a nursing student, this is not right. I'm not supposed to be seeing this right now. We used to say blinky. Every time I look around, blinky. Jamaicans know what a blinky is. Look, like stars in the air, and then like the words are coming up off of the book, the letters, and going into the air. I can see it in the. That used to be a crazy time to me. So I'm like, no, this is serious. No. Went to the doctor, and of course it was because of stress, a lack of sleep. The body all felt for pop down because school and work, and I couldn't leave work because I need a job. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I think at the time I left the job and I was looking into doing like being a party girl. So like you know, the girls that walk around in parties with the bottles, a bottle girl. I was looking into being a bottle girl and stuff like that. I'm probably working like a nightclub in the night. I was trying to figure life out with this whole nursing thing. And it was during this time where I figured out that, you know, I could be selling at nursing school for money. So you know what I did? My grandmother used to have a shop, so we would shop at the shop. And so I would shop for the shop, and I would get sweetie and snacks and things to sell, and I would bring it to school and sell those to put towards, you know, lunch money, things like that. So that was my little hustle business that was going in, right? And then second year came, and I started to do like practicals. I mean, I said, no man, the practicals, it was the worst for me. It was the worst part of school. And I must start meds, and I say, the practicals is actually gonna be my job. Like, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Then I started to tell myself, like, you know, I can't get money. I can't go foreign, and I can't reach out. Like, I can't have money if I continue this. But I hated it. I tried to like it so bad. I tried to like it, but it never happened. Like, I would cry every night when I'm supposed to go on practicals. I'm like, it's not for me. I felt so overwhelmed. I'm like, this cannot be my job. I feel so pressured. I'm like, what if I do something wrong? I'm always anxious all the time. I always don't be knowing what I'm doing. I feel so lost, and I'm like, people's life is gonna be in my hands. I don't think I'm stable enough to handle somebody's life. And I'm like, look at things what they can did. Like, I'm starting to look at something. And I'm like, I don't think I can manage this. And these long shifts, and my back started hurting really bad. Like, I have scoliosis, right? Scoliosis, so you can't really tell because you can't really see it by the shoulder, but you can see it by the side. So one side is inward than the other side. So when I'm standing for a long period of time, it hurts really bad. So that started happening. I say, this is what my life is gonna be like day in, day out, on my feet every day. and then and then the patients are not even so nice, and then the nurses that you are trying to learn from don't even want to teach you. And I'm like, this is just a constant struggle. It so much was happening, and I'm like, I was studying to be a registered nurse at that time. I'm like, maybe I should change to midwifery. Let's try midwifery, because at UTEC, the only other option other from registered nursing you can venture in is midwifery. So I'm like, did my research, and I'm like, midwifery, they earn actually more money than registered nurses. I could do that. I mean, I don't mind looking at the vagina. I mean, babies are an asset to the world. That's how I was looking at it. I'm like, that I don't think that's gonna be too bad. Let me try that, because I didn't want to give up on being a nurse, right? So I did the first semester of midwifery, and I'm like, no man, this is not it. I went on practicums again, and I was depressed. Like, I was depressed to the point where I was even like I was literally thinking of ending the time on earth, like, because I'm like, I'm fighting with this profession. I want it so bad, but it's not happening for me. Like, I'm pushing it, I'm pushing the wanting for it, but it's not happening. Like, and then I got depressed because I wanted to like it, but I kept hating it. I would cry every time I should go on practicums and in the overnight shifts, and I'm like, this is the shifts that I'm going to be doing while I'm out of nursing school. This is what I'm going to be doing. It was just not for me. Like, the environment wasn't for me. The things that I was gonna do wasn't for me. It was not for me. That's all how I can put it in. When I look at the work hours, and I was like, I'm miserable going. I'm like, I'm going to be so miserable at this job because I hate it. And you know how nursing is, like when you go to the hospital, they can tell when a nurse hate them work, but I'm still because of the money, and I didn't want that to be me. And I just try to push myself with the money mindset. I'm like, you are going to be earning money, so let's try to like it. But it never happened. So that depression kicked in, and I was like, time with myself. I'm like, I don't think this is for me, but what is going to be for me? I don't know. What else am I going to do? What is the next step? All right, I left nursing school, and then what do I become? Who will I be? Because I thought, you have to be a nurse, lawyer, doctor, teacher, or you're not really making sense. So that was my train of thought. Then I was like, I'm going to be a nobody if I leave nursing school. I won't be anything. I'll be suffering. I'll be living in sufferation. That is literally what I was thinking, and that is why I was going to that depressive episode. I'm gonna say, I've never been, an ending my life type of person, and for this to take me to that point where I almost committed, I said, this is getting out of hand. This is not me, and I just left and never looked back. And I did some research, and I'm like, obviously, I don't really have any passion for working, obviously, because I don't know what I want to become. But let me find something I don't mind doing that pays well. Then I ended up on human resource management, which I am in my final year right now doing, period. So with my research, I figured that HR is a well-needed thing everywhere. There's always jobs employing. There's so many different levels of HR that you can be in. There's so many different avenues, so many things that you can become with that. It's not just HR. And after I did those research, after the people who have HR degrees in their professions, if they like it, what do they think about it? I was in between human resource management and marketing, because I'm like, you see the personality, babe. I could be in marketing, that's fun. But I'm like, marketing is fun, but it's kind of saturated. Like, everybody's doing marketing. So I was like, let me do something that's a little bit more broader like HR, because HR does the fun stuff too. You know, they travel just the same. They do a lot of cultural engagement in the workplaces. I'm like, I could do that. I think I would like something like that. So after I did all the research, I'm like, this I'm not passionate about anything, but this I could do. I could be in corporate. I could be a corporate girly, and I can earn good money just the same. And when I look at it overseas, like should in case I go to big foreign, I can use the degree, and it is well needed there as well. So that was my process of thinking of HR. And then when I did my research, and I'm like, remember me take 1 year and or something, you know, I took 1 year of student loans. I'm like, when I have to start paying that back. And then I'm like, if I do the HR thing, I'm not doing student loan. I'm so glad I only took it for 1 year. So proud of myself for that. So I don't really have much to pay back. But for HR, I'm like, I am not taking out a student loan. I am paying for this out of pocket by myself. I'm sending back myself to school by myself, and I'm going to do this alone. That was my thought process. So I started doing some research, and I have a friend, Shoshana, that was studying accounting at the time. So 1 year before I decided to start HR, she was studying accounting, and she was doing it at a global campus. She was working, and she was going there, and she was doing it well. And I was like, put me on to how you do this, because I'm like, remember when we experienced full-time school with nursing, me almost mad out. So, and she never did that mad. So I said, all right, she's doing something different that I'm not doing. So let's see what she's doing. So it's because it's open campus. It's open campus, meaning that it is completely online. Everything is there laid out for you. You is responsible for your own learning, and yes, it is accredited. It's an actual degree. You know, on the degree, you're not gonna say, oh, online certified. No, it's a fully accredited degree. People use this route for their masters as well, because you know it's online. Yeah, so I would say it's much more accessible for persons who are working. Come on, I'm tell you, say I have to work. There's no way around it. So I end up, after I left nursing school, after I dropped out, did I drop out or did I leave? I would say I leave nursing. I left nursing school because it wasn't for me. I tried my best. I tried my best to like it, as you can tell by my story. Never worked out for the done. So I end up going to VIP attractions at the airport. I went there because they do part-time. So I'm like, if I do part-time here, I'll have time to study. If the timing is flexible, I can figure this out, have it locked in the bag. I mean, I say with VIP attraction, they really work with college students. I'm like, I'm a college student. They'll work with me. I had other friends that was going there, and they're like, they give them time off to do work and travel. So I'm like, you know, game plan again. Manage out tough out the first year, and then in the summer, I'm going to do work and travel, make some money, and come back. Never really work out exactly like that, but I was able to tough it out. I was able to save from what I was paying. I was able to save to pay my school fee for the first years. And VIP attraction was doing good at the time. Like, I was making a good amount of tips. Like, I was going on with $150 in tips for the day. And I said, whoa, US money, whoa, I can save this. And the school fee, all right, do me hear everything? I'm like, all right, right? But after some time, it started to dwindle. And it was starting to get a little bit hard to pay the school fee. So, you know, as a hustler, what I did was big. I had to sell something. That's how I know how to make my money. So while going to VIP attractions, I started baking. And selling. Christmas was coming up, you know, so Christmas cake. I've never made Christmas cake. Well, I made it once before and everybody liked it. So I said, okay, can make it again and make it for persons at work. And I got so many sales. I made, I think, $90,000 in sales off of the cake sale. I'm like, whoa, yeah, pay my school fee, different providers of my money. I'm like, okay, I can do this job and I can sell on the side, sell my bakings and make it work, right? over some time, baking was taking up a lot of my time because baking takes some time. Plus, me I said, oh, I have to study, I have to do this, I have to do that. And like having to bake all the time to make ends meet. So I'm like, maybe it's time to make a change because I love VIP because it doesn't feel like a real job. First of all, it's not a call center, so take that off the box. And then I used to get excited to go to work because we used to play Ludi and play Uno in the day until my name is called. So I'm like, work is so fun. I can go to work at 10 a.m. and leave at 3 p.m. and I make $100, you know. But at the time, money never the two of them make like one time. So it used to go down to like $30 a day, $10, $15 a day. That never did I work out for the done. I said, all right, game plan. Where am I going to go that's going to make me some good amount of money where I can pay my school fee and we can live a little bit of life? And that's how I heard about, you know, sandals. So I started working for them. And here I am now, still working for them. It's a much better job. I was able to pay my school fee easier. No, am I making millions? No, I'm not, but I'm definitely making better than VIP. So I was able to, you know, manage my school fee. And then of course, if you listen to my living with man story time, I still live with my man. So I don't really have fixed bills. So I can pay my school fee much more easier than being at VIP. And then the job allows me to travel and life is kind of nice. I'm so okay, this is working. And then at school in studying human resource management, I was able to gain scholarships. I did well. I wouldn't say I was because I am still an honor roll student. Hello. And not because it's online, guys. It still take a lot of studying because people still fail. Let's talk about that. And I am passing and everything. And now I'm in my final year of school. That is crazy. I graduate literally next year. Can you believe that? That's crazy because I'm like, whoa, I did this all by myself. I literally made up my mind. I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to struggle through it. I'm gonna send myself back to school. And so I did. Yeah, I did that. So I'm very proud of myself. What I wish I didn't do before was like overthinking. Like I was like, my life is gonna end if I don't choose something I want to do. If I had taken the time to just like take a year off and just like figure it out, do some more research, then I probably wouldn't have done nursing. I'd probably done business from the jump. I'm gonna finish school a long time. But as I said, everybody's timing is different and I just trusted my timing. The only thing I'm passionate about is YouTube, so I'd love if you would subscribe to my channel, watch this to the end of the video, like and subscribe, because I think that's the only thing I'm really passionate about. But I'm a very handy person, so over time I learned other skills like crocheting. I still bake here and there. I have some advice that I would give to younger me, or young persons who are probably still in high school, left high school, young adults that don't know what they want to become as yet. It's okay. Take your time. You don't need to rush it. I rush it and I would have finished something right now. But I think everything kind of happened for a reason, because if it wasn't for the situations that happened, I wouldn't be who I am today. I know that's so cliche, but who I am today, I love her. Like, it's really nice here. I wouldn't have had the job that I have. I actually like my job. I actually do, actually. And there was a time where at VIP, they were going to offer me like an internship for HR, and I looked into it. But the problem is the money. Like, even though the internship would be really good to put on paper, the money that I was going to get per month could not cover my school fee. Even though I have limited bills here, it couldn't cover my school fee or anything. So I'm like, I think I'm going to take the better pay. And I didn't end up regretting that. I was so worried that I wouldn't get the HR experience and stuff like that. And it worked out for the better, because at my current job, they're giving me HR stuff to do, because I told them I'm studying my HR thingy thing. Whenever there's times where HR needs help to do anything, or there's things that they can include me in, I'm included, so I can still put on my resume that I work alongside with HR and I'm getting my experience just the same. If I had been scared and like not taking the chances that I've taken, then I wouldn't be getting this experience here, as well as making a better income, as well as traveling. Like, who would have thought a job would have flew me out to a whole new country for a month? That is crazy. So I'm really grateful for where I am today. Super proud of myself for taking the leap, taking the believing in myself and just getting myself out there. Really happy about that. So an advice that I would leave with you guys is take the time. Don't rush to decide what you want to do. I know the pressure can be daunting, especially in this social media era where everybody rich, everybody and their mother rich, like everybody live their best life and everything. Cause trust me, I do feel some type of way sometimes when I'm like, other people have graduated so long and I'm not 25. I'm 25 and I feel like I should have graduated a long time. But then when I was in nursing school, I remember people are in their 30s and 40s just trying to get their degrees. And I'm like here at 25 worrying about getting a degree when I graduate next year, you know. So don't watch the age thing. Take the time to decide what you want to do. Don't go into something that will make you miserable, because it's not a happy life if you're miserable, okay? So I would say take your time to figure out what you want to do. Do some research. Do a lot of research. Get to know yourself. Try some things. And it's okay to switch your major. If you're going to something you don't like it, switch it, change it, do it over until you get it right. It's okay. Okay, my beautiful. Okay, my lovelies. So that's all I have for you today. So thank you for watching. Please to subscribe to my channel. I would love that. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers. I would love, for that to happen this year. That would be amazing. That would be phenomenal, don't you think? Thanks for watching.